Hello. If you can hear me, we'll put a one in the chat. Hello, this is the Breezy Report. Back again with a story about David Minkoff. Do anybody remember David Minkoff? He's a Scientology um, doctor that has had a hand in at least two deaths of Scientology members. One was Lisa McPherson, and um, the more recent death was Whitney Mills. So there's the story in the underground bunkers that we're going to dive in today. So join me as we dive into the story. So David Minkoff objects to Scientology death lawsuit. Why would he object? So let's dive into the story. So we've really been looking forward to seeing how the notorious Dr. Minkoff, alternative medicine doctor and major Scientology donor, would respond to Whitney Mills' wrongful death lawsuit. And he does not disappoint. In September, Minkoff and his Life Walk Wellness Center in Clearwater, I believe the Life Walk Wellness Center should be where he practices his medicine. We are added as defendants to the lawsuit filed by Whitney's mother regarding Whitney's tragic May 13, 2022 of her on her life in herself. The lawsuit already listed 6 Church of Scientology entities, and it described complaints of several mental anguish by Whitney and OT8 Scientology. According to the lawsuit, she was instructed by Scientology advisors to drop the body. This is another lingo that Scientology uses. What's drop? What's the when they say drop the body? What does it mean? It means that your state of well-being is no longer productive for you to practice Scientology. So it literally means that you should unalive yourself and reincarnate or come back with a better body to start practicing Scientology. I can't imagine a religion that would tell somebody to drop the body instead of giving the person the help, the person needed. So in this explanation, in other words, end this lifetime and start another. As Scientology believe that we are all immortal thetans who go from one body to another body over the eons. Eons. Minkoff is accused of giving Whitney similar catastrophic advice based on his own Scientology involvement. In one text from Minkoff, he told a distraught Whitney to use her Scientology training to overcome her mental crisis. Drug could numb you, but you are OT. Put TRO in. It's a sensation. It's noise. It has no power over you. The truth, that's the truth. Eye of the tiger. You're loved. You have friends. And LRH duplicates it, dissolve it. This is your power. You can become 40 with your TRO or TR0. That's you as cause. I know you can. These are the texts that the doctor David Minkoff sent to Whitney. Instead of offering medical advice, it's telling a patient to tough it out. You know, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't know why this doctor still has his medical license. Minkoff is also accused of adding to Whitney's mental distress by telling her she was afflicted with maladies she didn't actually have, including chronic Lyme disease, parasites, and ovarian cancer. Someone is suffering from a mental crisis and you are misdiagnosing the person with chronic Lyme disease, parasites, and ovarian cancer. This is really medical malpractice. Medical malpractice. Attorney Ramon Roscoe solicited the opinion of 3 doctors to review Minkoff's involvement: an infectious disease specialist, a neurologist, and a professor of psychiatrics. All 3 provided devastating condemnation of Minkoff's handling of Whitney Mills and concluded that his action contributed to her decision to commit, that's Whitney's decision to earn her life herself, basically. But now Minkoff Orlando attorney Kylie Fontaine is asking the court to dismiss Minkoff from the lawsuit. Why? Because Roscoe consulted the 3 physicians but didn't consult an alternative medicine practitioner like his client. Fontaine filed 2 motions with the court, one asking for dismissal based on the pre-lawsuit discovery phrase between the 2 sides, and one based on the lawsuit itself. He called Minkoff a physician renowned for offering an array of complementary or alternative healthcare treatment, but doesn't mention that what Minkoff is peddling is pure hokum. That's pure bonkers. Fontaine complained that Roscoe didn't consult a similar practitioner. He added that alternative medicine is clearly recognized in the state of Florida, and Whitney Mills signed multiple consent forms, like when she received activated oxygen therapy, which a consent form that Whitney signed admitted was not widely accepted and non-standard practice. In his motion to dismiss the lawsuit, Fontaine crapped about the length of the complaint and that it was scandalous because, for example, it brings up the Lisa McPherson's matter. In 1995, Scientologist Lisa McPherson has a severe mental breakdown and was taken out of a hospital by other Scientologists to the Church Fort Harrison Hotel in Clearwater so she could be put into something called the introspection rundown. I would like to know more about introspection rundown. Uh, so, former Scientologists, they could, give us more details about what introspection rundown it's all about. A bizarre Scientology silent treatment that 17 days later resulted in her death from dehydration during that time. McPherson Scientologist handlers were consulting by telephone with Minkoff, who prescribed sedatives without actually examining McPherson herself. After her death, Minkoff lost his medical license for a what? So this doctor has done this act before and just lost his license for just 1 year. Now, this is a second patient that is unaliving herself in his care. The first time he did that, his punishment was just suspension of license for 1 year. this is this is bonkers. This is really, really bonkers. For his role in the horrific incident, the relevance to the Mills case 27 years later is patently obvious, but Fontaine whines that it's unfair to bring it up. There is no valid purpose for this allegation. They can only be intended to discredit Dr. Minkoff in public filings. Fontaine also say Minkoff is being unfairly insulted in the lawsuit, particularly about his being a Scientology. Some of these allegations are simply insult or excessively emotional. Some serve no purpose other than to attempt to make a case in the court of public opinion. And some are devised of the religion affiliation, not only of Dr. Minko, but also of the deceased. There is no place to mock litigation in a complaint or insult them for their belief system. He asked the court if it doesn't dismiss the lawsuit outright to at least strike 5 paragraphs in the amended complaint that refer to Scientology. So we thought we'll post those 5 paragraphs here in full. So these are the paragraphs that Dr. Minkoff's lawyer is asking the court to strike out. So in the paragraph, this is what is in the paragraph that they want to strike down. Mills was a high-ranking member of Scientology, having paid IASA and the other Scientology defendants hundreds of thousands of dollars to attain her status. The Scientology defendant brainwashed her into believing that mental health professionals, including psychologists and psychiatrists, are related medical treatment, such as antidepressants and other prescription drugs, were unnecessary and abhorrent. Upon learning of her problem, the Scientology defendant took control of Mill's medical care, thus foreclosing her from obtaining the extra treatment she needed and sending her to an alternative medicine doctor who misdiagnosed her with cancer and Lyme disease and extorted her of for a series of alternative treatment of little to no utility for a person suffering from severe depression and anxiety. Everything foisted upon Mills by these defendants was outside the field of mental health treatment. Everything failed. She was at her wit's end, precluded from seeking the appropriate help. She felt she had no other choice. But for the fact that she, the Scientology defendant, including their agents and employee, co-opted her care, her life, her monitoring and supervision, May would not have self-harm. Not only did they not properly care for her, contrary to the duty they undertook, they actually suggested that she drop the body. So this church were urging Whitney Mills, to drop the body, to honor life herself. If that is not a crime, somebody should. If that urging somebody to honor life herself, if that is not a crime, it bewides my imagination. So the next paragraph that the Dr. Minkoff's lawyer is trying to strike from the lawsuit is this. Dr. Minkoff, also a Scientologist, misinformed and misdiagnosed Mills with Lyme disease and cancerous ovarian cyst, while largely ignoring her very real psychosis and mental health crisis. Instead of properly treating her over the 3 months, Dr. Minkoff charged her over $20,000 for highly questionable alternative treatments, not one of which was covered by insurance or was any use whatsoever to Mills. Dr. Minkoff failed to perform a differential diagnosis on Mills. Had he done so, he would have learned that she did not have Lyme disease and did not have cancerous, life-threatening cyst, but rather a benign one, as later revealed by her autopsy examination and report. Dr. Minkoff also failed to refer Mills to a mental health care professional or prescribe appropriate medication to Mills. Dr. Minkoff put his belief in Scientology above his Hippocratic oath and above his duty as a licensed physician in Florida. So the oath you take as a medical professional is to first to save life and give proper, treatment to your patient. Your religious belief should not be brought into the medical practice. For sure, you should stick to the medical code of conduct, not your religious belief while treating a patient. That's a no-brainer. Another paragraph that the Dr. Minkoff's lawyer wants to strike off from the lawsuit is this. Scientology is known to demonize the mental health field and view psychiatry as evil. Scientology attempts to position itself as a rival profession to psychiatry and teaches that there must be a complete rejection of prescription drugs that treat mental health issues, including depression. Another paragraph they want to strike as this. Mill went in to get an interview by the director of processing, who was responsible for creating a plan to treat her. The director of processing had Mill go to two clinics, Life Works and Root Cause Medical Clinic, located in Clearwater. At Root Cause, she was treated by Dr. Vicky and Ricky Pedersen. The Pedersen are not medical doctor, but instead, according to their website, hold doctorate in physical medicine through their degree in chiropractic. The Pedersens are also Scientology. Hmm. Oh my goodness. This is becoming like a horror movie. The next paragraph that they wanted to strike out from the lawsuit is, instead of appropriately dealing with Mill's mental health crisis, Minkoff diagnosed and began treating Mills for Lyme disease, including potentially neurological Lyme disease. As Dr. Minkoff called it, Lyme disease is a common diagnosis among Scientologists as a catch all to explain a host of symptoms that would otherwise be attributed to a mental health issue. When this paragraph is saying something, it's saying that Lyme disease is a common diagnosis among Scientology. Why? Why? So every Scientology that goes to see a Scientology doctor, the first thing they will, you know, diagnose, even without doing the necessary test, lab tests to find out what's going on, is to say that the person is suffering from a Lyme disease. So these are the five paragraphs that they really wanted to be taken out of the filings. Will the court accept to strike it out? Would there be a punishment for Dr. Minkoff? You know, um, let's welcome the people in the stream. I have Lil. Hello, Lil, Delvin, and Ryan. Welcome to the stream. So, what's your take on the story of this Scientologist doctor who has have a hand in the circumstances leading to the death of Lisa McPherson and most currently Whitney Mill? In the first instance of Lisa McPherson, he was just suspended for 1 year. His license was suspended for 1 year. If his license was revoked the first time, Whitney Mills might still be alive today. Whitney Mills might still be alive today. So, um, the, 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 and my fear now is that the justice system it's very slow, and the political will to investigate and prosecute the Church of Scientology is becoming dimmer and dimmer every day. So the pressures, you know, must be put to our political leaders to start looking into it. People are dying. People are being abused. They should look into it, investigate, get to the root of the problem, and promulgate laws that will safeguard the citizens from falling prey into this religious um, uh, uh, or into this cult hiding under the religious cover. So um, I think this is where we'll come to the end of the stream. Please, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Put in the like button and put in your thought in the comment section. Also, you can join my membership. It will help in me doing, bringing you more information, more news on Scientology. And it will also help me. I'm planning going around, to different orgs when I can, so that I will have the first-hand experience of what's really going on around the Scientology orgs. I'll catch you up again tomorrow, and click the notification button so that you know when I come up live again. Thanks, and see you next time.